The most significant factor influencing what the boat will do on entry to a wave and how it can be used is where the athlete enters the wave from and the eddy. Broadly speaking, there are 3 starting positions, with each producing a different outcome. The ideal wave for an athlete to advance their understanding and competence on should have a steep, smooth face in excess of 30 degrees and at least a half metre high. It should be long enough that the bows of the boat don't bury when the boat is sat on it. It also should be square across the river and easily accessible from eddies on either side, which also allow for recirculation. The first scenario is when the athlete pushes up high onto the back of the preceding wave. In this instance, particularly on powerful water, the boat will be thrown downstream very quickly, potentially washing over the face of the wave and down the river. If holding height isn't a priority and downstream speed is, then this type of entry might be appropriate. The second situation is when the athlete enters the trough of the wave, i.e. the bottom of the wave, just before the water starts to move up the face. In this scenario, the boat will move slowly up the face of the wave while also allowing the athlete to travel across the river if required. This is a common entry position as it helps control the speed of the downstream movement while also assisting transition across the river if needed. The third scenario is when the athlete enters onto the top of the wave. In this situation, the boat is likely to run down the face while travelling upstream. This creates the ideal starting point for surfing it. This approach is often used when the athlete wants to minimise any downstream movement, whether before executing a spin manoeuvre or crossing the wave to an upstream positioned high on the opposite bank.